This week, we're leaving southern Iowa and heading west to chase muleys and coues with Shed Crazy. Ben and his brother Rocky have offered to take us out and show us the ropes of hunting these critters. Though the odds are against us with a slim to none success rate, we're excited to learn and put our best foot forward. This week on Newgrounds, Arizona.
My name is Ben Dettamanti. I run a channel called Shed Crazy. I've been making hunting content full-time for 5 years, hunt all over as much as I can. I always loved to hunt more than anything else, and I spent all my recreational time doing it and decided that it wasn't enough, so took the leap into it full-time, hunting, shed hunting, making YouTube videos. My favorite thing to hunt is probably elk, just because they're so versatile. You can hunt them early season and get them talking and chase bugles, and you can find herded up bulls in the late season and hunt them like mule deer. But really, I want to hunt anything with a heartbeat.
Buck jumped up on us and I had to John Wayne him at about 15 feet or so.
I love shed hunting because it extends the hunting season. Shed hunting just equals more time in the hills and more days with the elk and the deer. Now I'm lucky to go on as many hunts as I can fit in a year, but it used to be just 1 or 2 tags a year in Utah, and then I'd be out of time and out of money, so I would shed hunt to be able to be in the field as many days as I possibly could. Also maybe make a little bit of spare change for gas and to fund the next trip or the next tag.
My name's Rocky Dettamanti, and I'm a hunter.
Ladies and gents, Utah limited entry bull. There he is. Pumped. Well, hello.
Hey, you just stop.
Have to grab some. I wondered if this weather would have them fired up. They're moving. That's like a, I don't know, it's like a 90-inch Coues. He's wide and got good G2s and decent 3s. Man, he's not that far up there. That really tall. Yep. Right to the left of it.
Guys, it is morning 1 here in Arizona. We're out here hunting with Shed Crazy Ben, and He's crazy, dude. We just got out here. Sun rose and he already found 2 shooter bucks. We're kind of spread out on the top of this point, just trying to get eyes on something, see what we can make a move on here this morning. But this country's beautiful. We got a lot to learn, and it's gonna be a great trip. So we'll see what happens.
You guys want some?
What do we got here, Ben?
Got some better cheddars. These are a sleeper. Everybody's like, brats. I'm like, yeah, try a better cheddar, bro. You ain't going back to brats. American classic. And they're fully cooked. So all you gotta do is warm them up on a nice cold, cloudy day. It's so right. Pretend to be all fancy chef or something, you know? Start roading them all day. Honestly. There's more roads. They're like the prettiest deer in my opinion. Just that slick gray coat, so pretty. Oh, slick gray. Got big brows, huh? And find another one. Well, I felt good about that. It's just yeah, I mean,
that's how it goes.
We played it a little bit weird, but I think we ended up where we needed to be. There's tons of deer tracks on this.
What should I have done? Should I have done something different?
No, I think that the way you played it was just fine. Like, if you can't get eyes on them, I mean, your two choices are basically sit for hours to see if they stand up, which you can do. I usually don't because I'm too impatient. But
Right.
or just kind of do what we do where you move down the road. It looked like you were playing the wind and being quiet. So
Yeah, our wind was kind of sucking down in this bottom once we got lower, but
yeah, I think we played it right. He just wasn't there.
go glass another one up.
Yeah, find some more tonight, I guess.
Go get some lunch.
I know. I'm hungry.
I'm starving.
What'd you see?
I didn't see nothing but you guys.
Did it look good?
You look great.
Hey.
You get that thing to eat out of your hand.
I'm keeping the chocolate.
I've never seen one that docile.
There's a right here.
How much? Pork sandwich.
Sammy.
Who's next? Carnitas.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
I'll make you a plate.
Sick. I'll film it.
Look at that. Get her fucking ripping. Let her rip, tater chip. These are fantastic.
Ben, what would you say to someone, like, what's the most important thing to keep in mind coming out and doing this hunt?
Well, I think you just got to be ready for some long days, and I think you got to know that it's a finding game more than anything. And I think too, it's important to realize the opportunities can be few and far between. So you got to make the most of them, be prepared when they happen, because it's definitely not an easy game.
Not today. What would you tell a guy that's, always wanted to do this hunt but might be scared to go out and get into this?
Just that, the worst case scenario is that you come out here and have a good time.
Right.
It's not you might come out here and struggle to find deer and struggle to get on deer, but there's a lot of stuff to do. And there's quail to shoot, and there's a lot of other, stuff you can go do in the middle of the day, and the weather's awesome. So the worst case scenario is a nice desert vacation.
Gear-wise, what's the most important thing? I've already learned, optics are huge out here.
Yeah, you live and die by your glass, and glass on the tripod is everything.
Yeah.
You just got to be able to take that shake out of the frame if you want to be able to find these deer consistently.
Let's talk about the process here. So every morning we get up, evening we get up, and we set up glass, we find these things. What's the steps after we find a deer we want to go after?
I think finding the right deer is the hardest part, because you want a deer that has, that you can make an approach on. If you can get them bedded is always the best scenario, because these deer typically in the afternoon will stay in their bed for a long time.
This hunt really is, a great opportunity for anybody. It's not an expensive hunt. There's millions of acres of public land out here to go into.
Yep.
Budget-wise, your tag's $500 as a non-resident. You need a truck that can get through some back roads and a bow, and
That's the cool thing about public, is it's open to anybody to come try.
right.
Yeah, and you might fail, you might get your lunch ate, but it's still fun.
What are some tips for scouting? The average guy who wants to get online and do some e-scouting, or where should he start? There's so much public land out here. Where do you even begin?
Yeah, it's a good question. With Coues deer, I'm always looking for topography. They seem like they like these steep yellowgrass canyons. Anything with little cedar pockets in them is good for Coues deer. And then the muleys around here typically run a little bit lower on the flats. That's just stuff I've learned from experience. But when I look at scouting, when I jump on Google Earth, or there's some really awesome maps out there, I'm always looking for water, because these deer live and die by water.
Right.
And if you can find a good water source with good feed and good topography around it, you're pretty much going to have deer in it. And after that, it's just groundwork, getting out there, checking spots. People should roll in a day or two early and plan on just getting on the highest glassing point they can get on, where they have the best vantage of the country, and sit there all day.
Boots on the ground.
For sure.
Alright, so we're up on a knob about 1,000 yards back. Ben spotted out this muley buck. He's got a doe up here. They're right in this bottom, just below the saddle here. And we're gonna slip in behind him, hopefully drop down and get a shot on him.
It's a good buck too, so.
Well, that sucks. So we thought he was bedded down further. I was creeping down this edge here, and he stood up at about 8 yards. I ranged it at like 7 actually. So everything went like, I was happy with the stalk and everything, just he wasn't where I thought he was. What do you do? He was a hammer too. I don't know if Riley could really see him with the wide angle lens, but he was a stud. Really, really nice deer. I get to right down here, and he just stood up, stared at me. And there's nothing really I could do about it. He had like a brushy tree in front of him, but hey, we finally got on a buck. So it's so windy, so these mule deer bucks should be bedded down, but that sucks, but it's alright. I learned a lot on that stalk. First one in the books.
As they say, you can't win them all. Luck just wasn't on our side on this one. No tags were punched, but we gave her heck. We had nothing short of a blast hanging out with Ben and Rocky. And a huge thank you to these guys for pouring out their knowledge throughout the week. That single stalk might just have me hooked to come back for round 2. I'm already looking forward to our next hunt together. On new grounds.